Today's video is perfect for thrifting lovers. We'll be mixing vintage charm with easy decoupage craft ideas using Sonnet's Garden Blooms Maker's Box. Watch as I turn old finds into beautiful treasures with tutorials featuring how to decoupage on wood and other creative ideas you'll love. Welcome to the Chic Show. This is what's in the July box. It always comes with this little card that tells you the name of everything in there. There are 2 recycled decoupage papers. There are 2 painted photographer papers. And there's always a decoupage napkin, and this month's is just really gorgeous. I'm going to hold on to this one and use it in the fall. Now also, you get 2 DIY paints. You get a milk paint, and you get 2 fusion sample paints. This year, Sonnet has also included a digital press, some papers that she designs herself that you can print out. And that's exactly what I've done for this very first project. I ordered some rice paper from Amazon, and I printed it out onto this rice paper by taping it to a piece of regular printer paper. I just used painter's tape for this, and it worked just fine. Now I'm going to be using this little hoop, this embroidery hoop that I've had in my stash for a while. And I'm going to use the paint Black Velvet that was included in the box. This is by DIY. And I'm going to paint the outside of the hoop. The inside hoop is not going to matter, but I am going to paint this outside hoop. I wanted to use this as if it were a piece of fabric, so I'm trying to decide which of these birds is going to fit best into this hoop, and I've decided this little wren is the one that's going to fit best. So I'm going to unscrew that little screw at the top so that we can fit it around that paper gently without tearing it. And I do end up having to loosen it just a little bit more, but once I get it on there, I'm just going to ease it down over that paper. Rice paper is pretty strong, but you still want to be, careful with it. So I'm going to tighten it up, and of course I'm going to have to kind of gently pull out those wrinkles because it is going to make it a little wrinkly in there. So I'm just gently doing that from the back. Once I got it fitted in there, I'm going to go around with my scissors, and I'm just going to cut the excess paper away. Make this a little more secure, I am going to use a little bit of hot glue along the back, but I'm also going to be putting it on this white felt backing. I could have painted the back of the decoupage paper, but instead I decided I wanted to cover this up with felt that will allow the bird to pop a little more on the front side and also give it more of a finished look on the back. I'm also going to be adding some glue around the hoop here just to secure it a little better. Now I'm going to go back and seal in that DIY paint with some DIY Big Top. I thrifted this little mail holder or napkin holder last year sometime for 95 cents, and I'm going to be removing this little Christmas wreath and saving that for another project. Once I get all of this glue off, I'll just sand it down and make it nice and smooth. This paper is called Lefty, and this is one of the rice papers that Connie draws with her left hand. Now, I've seen some people paint in the bird, and you could certainly do that. I'm using it just as it is, and I'm just kind of measuring it out how I want it on this little holder, and then I will use my wet paintbrush to go around the edges so that they will be wet and I can tear the edges so it's not such a harsh line. Rice paper has a lot of fibers in it, so when you wet it and tear it, it leaves kind of a feathery edge. I'm going to be using the Fusion paint that was in the box, and I'm going to paint the entire little letter holder inside and out with this paint. Fusion paint is an all-in-one paint, so there's no need to seal it. Now that the Fusion paint is dry, I'm going to go back with the DIY paint in Vintage Linen, and I'm going to paint just one side of this letter holder. This is where my decoupage paper will go. Now I'm laying my paper down onto the white paint after it has dried, and I have mixed together some of the darker paint and the white paint, and I'm trying to make the edges blend with the paper. So I'm kind of going around the edge of where my torn paper will go and just fill in those spaces. Now I'm going to dry fit my paper again, and then I'm going to spritz it with some water, and then I'll use Mod Podge to adhere the paper to the wood. By spritzing the paper, you allow it to stretch just a little bit, and you also tend to get less wrinkles this way. Now I would not do this with a napkin or tissue paper or anything like that, but with rice paper and with actual decoupage paper like Roycycled that you'll see a little bit later, you can spritz those two things. It's always a good idea to add more of that Mod Podge or liquid patina, whatever you're using, to the top of your paper as well. I wanted this background to match a little bit more like the color the bird was on. It has just a little bit of a pink tint to it, so I'm going to go around this paper again, and in those same areas where I was blending the paint before, I'm going to continue to blend until I get more of a match for my paper. Now I could have just decoupaged the whole piece of paper to the front and not gone through all this blending business, but blending is sometimes fun, and it's a good experience, and it's a learning experience every time I do it. And again, to make this piece seem all in one, I took a little bit of that white paint on my paintbrush, and I just dabbed it all over the whole piece. And I'm going to go back with a wet wipe and wipe it back just to kind of give it a cohesive look. This is a simple little bird from Dollar General that I got for $1. It had this little flower on it. I pulled that off, and I'm also going to be using one of these teardrop shaped wood cutouts. I'm going to give it a coat of the DIY paint in Vintage Linen, and then set that aside to dry. I'm going to use black velvet on the bird, front, back, and sides. I'm going to use a piece of the faded Botanica for the wing. So I'm just cutting out a little piece here, and then I will add some Mod Podge to the wood piece, add my paper, and then add more Mod Podge on top and let it dry. While I set that aside to dry, I'm going to go back with my little finger sander, and I'm going to sand around the bird, all the edges on the front and the back and the sides. When the wing is dry, I'll do the same thing to it and just sand off that excess paper. See how it looks on the bird. I love that. Now I have to decide exactly where I want to place that wing. But before I do that, I'm using some watered down antique wax, and I'm going around the edges of the wing, and I will also go around the edges of the bird where you see that white. I want it to look a little darker than that. And I'm also going to be adding it to the paint as well. This will really bring out the richness of that black color. I probably should have used a solid wax on this because I did end up wiping some of that DIY paint away because it hasn't been sealed yet. And if it hasn't been sealed, you can still activate it with water or something liquid and actually remove the paint. But in the end, I really liked how that removed paint looked, and a lot of it doesn't show anyway when I get the wing on. I did decide to glue my wing as shown here, and then I'm going to add that original flower that I did paint black, and I'm adding that to the wing. This is a little piece that I thrifted, and I love the little hook at the top. I'm going to be using the limestone fusion paint that was included in the box, and I'm going to paint the front, back, and sides. I'll be using the Painted Photographer's Bath Night paper that came with this, and also Sonnet's digital press. And this piece right here I printed out in black and white rather than color, so it has more of a black and gray look to it. I wanted to layer these two pieces together because I wanted some of that typeset to stand out behind that rice paper. Really trying to get the part that says Apothecary to show through, but it just never fit exactly right, so I did the best that I could. Traced around the piece on this piece of paper and cut it out. I could have sanded it away, but I wanted to move a little quicker, and I didn't want to have to sand through one and then sand through another, so I cut this one pretty much to fit. Now I'm using DIY's liquid patina, and I'm going to brush that onto the piece and then apply my paper. Once again, I did spritz my paper. I did spritz the back of it since I printed it out with ink. I didn't want it to run, so I spritzed the water on the back side. Once I have that in place, I'm going to use some more of that liquid patina and brush it all along the top. Again, I traced around the piece onto the decoupage paper, but I'm not going to fussy cut this one. I'm going to cut it bigger than the actual piece because I do want to use my sander once it's dry and sand away those edges. I am going to save the tail of the mermaid for a different project another time. Again, I'll add a coat of liquid patina on the top of the original paper. And once again, I did spritz my decoupage paper, and now I'm just laying it down on top of that liquid patina. Right now, you can really see those letters through this paper. It does lighten up a bit, of course, once it's dry. I'm adding one more coat of the liquid patina, and then I will set this aside until it's completely dry. Don't show it here, but I did sand off the excess paper with a little finger sander. Now I'm adding some clear wax around the edges because I'm going to be adding some black wax around the edges in just a minute, and the clear wax allows that black wax to be wiped away a little easier. Once I get that black wax on, I'm going back with a paper towel and wiping it back. I did add a little gold rub and buff to the hook at the top just to make it stand out a little bit more and brighten it up. And of course, if you give a mouse a cookie, Well, I decided it needed a little gold around the edges to match the hook at the top. This was a gift box that I got from someone at some point with wine and things in it. And I'm going to be using the decoupage paper. It is by Upcycled, and I'm going to be using it in the inserts on either side of this box. Now, I tried to remove this paper. It didn't want to come off, which was perfectly fine. I ended up just painting over the paper. It's not going to show anyway, and it's not going to interfere with what I'm going to do. I'm using that vintage lace paint again. I think I called it vintage linen earlier, but it's vintage lace, and I'm going to paint both inserts of the box. I'm using a little bit of that black velvet just to touch up these scruffy parts on the edges of the box. That's not what I want for this particular piece. I cut 2 pieces of paper for each side of the box, and I did cut it bigger than what I actually need because I'll go back with a craft knife later after it's completely dry and cut away the excess. I started by spritzing my paper, and then I laid it down into that insert, and now I'll add my Mod Podge. This time I'm using Mod Podge, and I'll just brush it inside that insert until I get my paper down. I start with a strip at the top and I apply that paper down, and then I lift up my paper from the bottom and add more Mod Podge to wherever I left off with the Mod Podge underneath. And I am using whatever is left on my brush to kind of brush over the paper as it sits down into that Mod Podge. Here's a look at both sides with the paper applied, and I'll just set this aside to dry. Once it's dry, I'm coming back with my craft knife, and I am going to go gently around those edges and cut that paper away. I do have some kind of rough edges here where there was too much Mod Podge and some of the paper stuck there, but I'm going to fix that again in just a minute. Use some black wax around the edges just to kind of camouflage those lighter colored areas where I made those mistakes. Encourage you to check out Sonnet's channel as well as her website. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. If you'd like another video to watch, here's one right here I think you might like. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.